guys, so today we're going to be looking at Apricity OS, an Arch Linux-based distribution. As you can see, it's very elegantly designed and aesthetic to the eye. So down here we have our dock, and our favorite apps are docked down here. So to see our applications, we just click this button right here. And so with Apricity OS, a multitude of apps that were very useful to the everyday Linux user were pre-installed, such as Adobe Flash Player, GIMP, Google Chrome, LibreOffice Suite, so it had the base, the calc, Impress, Writer, all of the suite. Also came installed with Play on Linux, Wine, and even Steam, and even for your torrent users, Transmission, BitTorrent. So at first sight, this looks really nice. Up here I have my extensions. So these extensions don't come pre-installed. So right here I have my CPU temperature, my ping, my my weather, and the current Bitcoin prices according to Coinbase. I also have an applications menu, and this also didn't come pre-installed. So to install these extensions and add-ons, we go to GNOME extensions. So I believe this is extensions.gnome.org. And my Firefox is being a little slow because of all the add-ons I have on here. So right here we're on GNOME extensions. Just waiting for the page to load. So, with GNOME extensions, we can add all these different extensions. Another extension I use is the drop-down terminal, which is very useful at anything if I need something in a hurry. So this is the GNOME extensions menu. So we can look at all the different extensions. So to get my applications menu right here, I just clicked on the applications menu link, and I click the on button that's right here. Let's reload this. So pretty much to install an extension, you click on the extension, and then you click on the on switch, and then you click the install. It'll say install or cancel, and you install it, and it'll pop up here, and you can modify, remove, or anything. So with Apricity OS, you can modify pretty much every part of the OS. So we'll look at the tweak tool, so we can kind of look at what kind of power we have in tweaking the OS and changing it up a bit. So if you want to change the GTK theme, we can change it to high contrast, or even the default theme. I'll change it back to Arctic Apricity. And we can even go change the things on the desktop. Say we don't want the home icon or the trash icon, we can remove those or add them back. And say we want to edit or remove different extensions. So we go to the extensions menu in the tweak tool, and we can scroll down. These are all the extensions I have. So my drop down terminal is right here. So I can drop it down now. I can remove it, which disables that. And so let's put that back. There it is. So you can even edit some of these, like the dash to dock down here. You can change it. So here's my dock is on the left. Looks best on the bottom top or the right. So whichever you want, you can change all this, and so it's very tweakable, as you might say. So you can pretty much modify every part of the OS. It's very useful, this tweak tool, which doesn't really come pre-installed on many operating systems. Like on Ubuntu, you have to actually install the Unity tweak tool. So the applications menu looks really good, and so we'll go through how to update or install apps. So in Ubuntu, you might do sudo apt-get and install, and then your package name. But in this Linux distribution, it uses Arch Linux, which uses the pacman command. So do pacman-s and our package name. So we're just going to do we're going to do Blender. We'll just install Blender real quick. Type in our password. We'll say, and then you click yes, but we're not going to go with that right now. So we'll query this up. And so say we want to update. So if you're in Ubuntu, you do the sudo apt-get update, and then do the update. But that doesn't work with this. Whoops. So we're going to use the pacman tool again. So sudo pacman-syu. So synchronize the package databases and make sure all the different packages are up to date. So everything's up to date, so we're done. But for you users who really want to stay away from the command line, because that's your enemy, we can use the add remove software application. So we just type in the name of the software. We see we looked up Blender. You right click and you can reinstall, remove. Since we already had it installed, you cannot do that. So this is how you install things without the terminal. And so basically this is a really good OS. I've changed from Ubuntu to this as I really like the Arch Linux rolling release instead of the 6-month full release by Ubuntu where you have to actually reinstall the system and everything. And I also really like the aesthetics, which is a big plus. And the Arch Linux documentation is just off the charts awesome. So if you have a problem with something, or you can't get something to start, or something won't configure, you have any problems with this, you can actually use the Arch Linux documentation, which is very useful. So say we had a problem with Steam, and say Steam could not start, or start Arch Linux, and it'll have a full guide on how to fix it, or any other problems you might have. So we see the Arch Wiki. This is the documentation system. It fixes most of your problems, if not all of them. So as you can see, all the troubleshooting and problems are you can use right here. Installation. So all the different things are here. So all the different modes, launching, standalone, using the native runtime, anything you need for these problems, or installing, or anything of such, you can find with the Arch Wiki. So we're going to look at the Steam troubleshooting for the Arch Wiki. So these are pretty much all the problems. So as you can see in the contents, these are all the problems you might run into. Although I didn't run into any of these problems, you can see you can fix it really fast. So this documentation system is just awesome. With other distributions like Ubuntu, it was kind of hard to find how to fix problems and things, so kind of moved away from that. But overall, I'm very impressed with this operating system. I haven't had any problems, and it's very fast, responsive, and just overall very good looking, and just great. So this is Apricity OS, the Arch Linux-based distribution, and thank you. Give it a like or subscribe.